Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I want to use this opportunity to thank you all my returning subscribers. God bless you. And to my new subscribers, you are all welcome. Okay. So the materials we'll be using for today's tutorial. Here I have my Ankara fabric. Okay, I have my net. Well, if you can see from the picture, it's organza that is being used for the hand, for the sleeve, but I'll be making use of my net. So if you have your organza, you can make use of that instead of the net. I have my lining also, my scissors, my tape, my ruler, my rollers, my chalk. Okay, so let's dive into today's tutorial. My Ankara fabric is folded into two. As you all know, I always use the biggest part of the measurement I'm working with, which is the hip measurement. Okay, I divided it by 4, then add a little extra inches, and that's how I got the fold. Okay, for the gown. So we'll be drafting out the back pattern of this gown. It does not have a zipper and it's not going to have a button at the back. Okay, as you can see from the picture, it's something free. All right, so I'll be rolling out this point to mark out my starting line. Okay, so this will serve as my starting line. So the next thing I'll be doing is measure the length of the gown. The length of this gown is 38 inches, but right now I'll be measuring out 28 inches. The remaining 10 inches for the length of this gown will be cut out later on for the pleated part of the gown. So guys, the next thing I'll be doing, this is my starting line, and it's also going to be my shoulder line, okay, for this gown. So from the shoulder line down to the bust line, it's 10 inches. Down to the waistline, from the shoulder line down to the waistline, I'll be making use of 16 inches. And down to the hip line, I'll be making use of 22 inches. Okay, so I'll just roll this out straight. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 14 inches. 14 inches divided by 2 will give me 7 inches. So I'm measuring out 7 inches here. Half an inch for sewing allowance. The shoulder for the armhole is my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 1 inches. That will give me 8 inches. Okay, just connect this down to this 8 inches. Then to get the curve here, it's the bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9. The bust measurement I'm working with is 39 inches divided by 4. That will give me 9.7. So from this fold here, measure 9.7. Okay, Then I connect it with this 8 inches. Then over here I mark out the midpoint. Okay, no need. Then I use my curve roller. Okay, connect this for the armhole curve. So I'll place the round bust measurement divided by 4, 9.7 on the bust line, plus 2 inches, all right, for sewing allowance. The waist measurement is 38 inches divided by 4 will give me 9.5 inches. I'm putting that on the waistline, plus the same 2 inches sewing allowance. This is it. And the hip measurement I'm working with is 42 inches divided by 4 will give me 10.5 inches. Okay, so I'm putting that on the hip line. There it is. Then I check what I have. I'm having 12.5 inches on my hip line measurement. Okay, so I'll just take out half an inch. That will give me 12 inches. I'll be placing that on the gown length. Okay, so I just use my ruler and connect everything. So for here I just extend this line. All right, so I'm having something like this. And for the wideness of the neck, remember this is the back pattern of the gown. So the wideness of the neck for the back I'll be working with is 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. Then it's also the front and the back will be having this V-neck. Okay, and it's going to be a little bit deep. So for the length I'm measuring out 6 inches. So I use my ruler, just connect like so. Can you see it? Then for the shoulder slope, I just go in by half an inch. Use my ruler, connect it. So the next thing I'll be doing is to cut this out. So this is the back. I'll be folding my fabric into 2 again, and I'll be cutting out the front pattern of the fabric. And so for this gown, the front and back pattern will be the same thing, because like I said, the V-neck at the front is going to be the same thing at the back. So I'm cutting out the same thing. Okay, only that for the front pattern I will come in by half an inch for the armhole, on the armhole line, okay, before cutting out. This is my back piece and this is the front. Okay guys, the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be cutting out my lining for the front and back pattern of this gown. I finished cutting out lining for the front and back piece. This is the back piece and it's lining. This is the front and these are my pockets. So I'll go over to my machine, join the lining to the fabrics, attach the pocket, shape this gown. After shaping the gown, that is when we'll be cutting out the remaining 10 inches length for the gown. Remember the 10 inches length that we minused when cutting this part of the gown. So after shaping the gown, we'll be cutting that out. And the reason why I will shape it first is because I'll be needing the measurements that I'll have down here after shaping the gown, the round measurement. That's what I'll be needing to cut out the width, that is the wideness of the pleats that will be doing on the remaining 10 inch. Okay, this is what we'll have. I have attached the lining to the fabric, okay, and I've shaped it. And these are my pockets. This is one of it and the other. So the next thing we'll be doing is to measure out what we have, the round measurement here, like I told you before. So let's get to it. So I'm having 46.2 inches. I'll be multiplying that 46.2 inches by 2 to get the width of the pleat that I'll be doing with the remaining 10 inches length of the gown. But you can times whatever you get times 3 in times 3. It depends on how full you want it to be. But I just want my pleat to be a little bit scanty and a little bit full. All right, so I'm folding my fabric into 2 again. Then I'll be cutting out the length at 13 inches or 12 inches, so that by the time I fold the down part and also join it to the remaining part of the gown, I'll still be having my 10 inches length. So this is my 13 inches length, and it's the same thing I have on the lining. And I cut out 2 pieces of this to give me the length that I will need. All right, and it's also the same thing on the lining. So I'll go over to my machine, join the lining to the fabric, and also do the pleat. So guys, I have attached the pleat to the remaining part of the gown. Can you see how beautiful it looks? It's a simple style but yet elegant. And so the next thing we're going to do is the sleeve. So what I'll do is to measure the round, to take the round measurement of the sleeve. This is one end, okay? So I start from here and just measure round, measure one. So back here I'm having 20 inches. So these are my nets. I'm just cutting out something straight for the gathers. The length is 8 inches. That's 7 inches, then 1 inch so in allowance. And I'll also be gathering it. So I'm having the 20 inches I need for the round armhole after gathering the net. I've already stitched this part, so I just hold it like this and notch the midpoint here. Then I'll bring my fabric. Remember, this side, it will be right side facing each other. So this place we stitched will be directly on this side seam, okay? Right side facing the right side. So I'll take it to my machine, then sew it round. Right, so we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you all for watching. Remain blessed, and please don't forget to subscribe and also like my videos. See you in my next video. Bye.